So we just want to have a look at doing coordinate points using Desmos. So what we want to do is we want to take our data about age and wool sit times, and we want to go to the website www.desmos.com. We want to be able to write those coordinate points, and we also want to be able to add the different labels in. So that's what we're going to have a look at now. So if we go to our Desmos and we click on Start Graphing, that takes us to the screen here. So I can just type in coordinate points just in the very first box that I've got here. My very first coordinate point is a student who's 14 years of age and who took 10 seconds to do the wool sit. And I'm just going to recenter the graph, and there is my coordinate point that I can see there. If I click on the label, you can see it also writes the coordinate there alongside. And I can choose different size coordinates, so I can make that into a larger size font if I want to. Now I could just click on the next one and enter a new coordinate point, or I can actually go back to the beginning to where my first coordinate point is, and I can put in a second coordinate point in there now. So our next coordinate point was a student who is 15 years old and had a wool sit time of 15 seconds. So I can say 15, 15, and that now, if I move across, 15, 15 is now also showing. So if I just set up my axes here, so if I go from -1 up to 20 in steps of 1 for my age, and for my wool sit time, I'm going to go from -1 up to 30 in step sizes of 2. So I'm just going to set that up there so I can see things nicely. Now my third coordinate point on this one is a student who is 16 years old and took 23 seconds. And you can see that just pops up. And you notice how I'm just putting a comma between each of the coordinate points, and that's how it knows it's a new entry. So my fourth one is a student who's age 15 with a wool sit time of 16 seconds. And lastly, a student who is 14 years old with a wool sit time of 11 seconds. And you can see now that they are all showing up there on my screen. And that's what we want to be able to do, is to create coordinate points and get Desmos and display them. If I don't want them displayed anymore, I can unclick it. Now the label stays there while it takes them off. If I now click this one back again, it'll display it. And if I don't want the labels to show, I can simply take those labels off. Now the other useful thing is if I wanted to call them different things, if I wanted to call them A rather than have the coordinate points showing, I could put different labels on there.